Just gonna hit the mute, and that way everyone will be muted when they come in. Okay, fantastic. Do you have a block, Julie? Blocks, excellent. Okay, fantastic. Then I think we are ready to go. Let's lie down. Have your block handy, or have a block handy. And yeah, come to lie down. So once you're on your back, pick a position that allows you to feel really comfortable. So if that means bending your knees and having your knees up or even out to the sides, you can have your legs out long, whatever is going to work better for you right now, but pick something. And get comfortable, just soften the shoulders, maybe close your eyes. And just start to come into the breath. Take an inhale. And just softly sigh the breath out as you exhale. And just let your body soften as you release your breath. And do that again. Inhale. And sigh it out. Exhale. Right, and the breath just gently pours out. Your body can relax. Do that one more time. Take a full inhale. Take the biggest breath you can. Really fill up. And just hold it for a moment. You can feel the inhale swirl around in there. And we'll slowly release it, exhaling out through the mouth. And as you exhale, let your body soften down to the floor. And start to breathe your Ujjayi breath in and out through your nose. Pouring the breath in and pouring the breath out. Making soft brushing sound at the back of the throat. Each inhale. And each exhale. Just softening around the edges. Just start to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just feel the ends, the most distal parts of you. And if your knees are bent, you can stretch the legs out long and reach your arms overhead. Oh, just wake yourself up a little bit. Take a stretch. All right. And let's hug the knees. Give them a squeeze. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Yeah, and then as you come to center, kind of center your rocking, and just peel your head and your shoulders up off the floor and try to squeeze yourself into a tiny little ball. The tiniest little squeeze you can squeeze yourself into. And then release it, head down, and take your knees over to the left into a twist. Oh. Motorcycles are so loud. Right shoulder melting down towards the floor. And just soften and enjoy the stretch. Let it feel nice. Come up through center. Take an inhale to the middle. And exhale your knees over to the other side. Feel free to use your block. I should have said that on the first side. But you can use your block in between your knees or under your knees. Okay, let's come back to the middle, come to center. Stretch your heels up towards the ceiling. Take a quick stretch. Release the backs of the legs. You can pull them in towards you if that makes sense for how your body's feeling right now. And then turn the toes out and bring the legs out to the sides. Quick stretch here.
Is it okay to do this with the block?
Yeah, this part's fine, but for the next thing, we will take it out. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so if you do have a block under your hips, let's take it out. And we're gonna put the block between our feet, our ankles. So you can decide, it might be easier to hold on to it this way, but a little bit later, it may be easier to have it, we'll put it between like this, but here. So maybe just practice with that now. Have that between your ankles, between your feet, just holding it there. Oof. Okay. So, we're doing arms out wide. So if you can, you straighten your legs. If your legs don't go all the way straight, it's fine. Don't stress about that too much. Do press your low back into the floor. So it may already be touching the floor, but give it a little extra and kind of push it down into the floor. And we're going to take our block and lower it about 1/3 of the way to the floor. So your heels go out. Not super far, but you want them to be past the line of your hips. Yeah, and I know the block doesn't want to stay, you have to squeeze it. That's what makes this so fun. So squeeze the block and see if you can keep your low back on the floor and get your heels a little lower. Keep trying to press your low back down. And maybe the heels get a little lower. The thing is, we want to keep the low back on the floor. And you want to feel your abs, right? So take another breath. And let's pick it up. Oh my gosh. And just release it for a moment. Let your legs soften. Relax your inner thighs. Hopefully you feel a little squeeziness in your inner thighs right now. Okay. So we're going to do that again, kind of, but with a slight variation. So getting the block back between your feet, your ankles. So for this, you can decide how low you want your feet to go. So we're going to do a little bit more dynamic lift and lower with the legs. So arms same position, out wide, palms facing up, low back, pressing down into the floor, squeezing the block. Take an inhale, and let's lower the heels, however far, and we're just going to lift them right back up. And then lift your legs back up. Yes, and inhale to lower, and exhale to lift your legs. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower the heels towards the floor. Inhale, exhale, sorry, lift them back up. Lower, inhale, exhale, lift. Try and do 2 more. I know I said a couple a while ago, but let's try and do 2 more. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift it up and take a break. Release the block. Feet come down. You can maybe soles of the feet together and Supta Baddha Konasana, just to let your inner thighs soften. Okay. So we'll come back to this block a little later. So just set it off to the side. Hug your knees in, and let's rock and roll along the length of the spine, a time or 2, and then we'll sit. Okay. Coming up to seated. All right. So, sitting nice and tall. Let's take an inhale and stretch out.
Exhale, pressing the palms, bringing your hands to your heart. Take a moment here, pausing to set an intention for your practice. So you can drop your gaze, close your eyes, and just setting any intention that you like. Take an inhale. And sigh the breath out, exhale. Releasing the hands down, maybe opening your eyes. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, pulling the hands through the center. Let's do that again. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, through the middle. And one more time, sort of. Inhale, reach up. And this time we'll interlace the fingers, turn the palms inside out, press up to the sky. Yeah, soften the ribs in. Good. Come forward, pressing the palms forward, widen across the upper back. Your chin can drop down towards your chest. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, let's release the hands. We'll switch the cross of the legs. Right, and reach up again. Do the opposite interlace as the hands come up and overhead. Put the other thumb on top. Turn the palms inside out. Yeah, root through the sit bones and just lean. Lean over to the right. Yeah, send the left sit bone down to the floor. And just stretch your left side. We're looking for length over there. Come back up to center, press up, inhale. Exhale over to the other side. Oh. So same, looking to lengthen the right side, press the right sit bone down. Coming back up, inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's bring the hands behind. So again, do that opposite interlace with the other thumb on top. Reach the knuckles back. And start down towards the floor. Gently drop your chin down. And then maybe you want to play with picking your hands up away from the floor. See if you can get a little lift in the chest as you do that. Yeah. All right. Gently release. Give your shoulders a little shrug. All right, let's come over onto hands and knees. We'll do a couple rounds of cat-cow. So we'll stack the wrists under the shoulders, your knees under your hips. Inhale, scooping the heart forward, coiling the spine in. Exhale, letting the spine round, dropping the tailbone down. Moving with your breath. Your Ujjayi breath in and out through your nose. All right, let's do one more round. Inhale, lifting the chest up. And as you exhale, let's sit the hips back, come all the way back into your child's pose. Allowing your head to drop down towards the floor. Take a moment to relax your shoulders, soften the wrists. Okay. So in your not down dog. We're going to down dog, but not yet. In your child's pose, walk your hands forward. So your arms are really straight, right? Straight and long. Press your hands into the floor, shoulder distance apart with your hands. Press down, press the index finger knuckle down, press the thumb down. Right, and then try and roll your inner elbow up towards the ceiling. Oh, it may seem like kind of impossible to do, but do your best to roll the inner arm up. Press through the hands, get your forearms off the floor if they're not already. So your arms are active. The rest of you is, not doing too much, but your arms are trying. Right? Reach the inner arm up. Gently lift your head, lift your gaze, look towards your thumbs. Press into your hands, start to lift up, tuck your toes, and downward facing dog. Let's come on back. So we'll try and keep the arms, right, reaching the inner arm forward. And then maybe pedal the heels a time or two. Shake out your head a little bit. Maybe open the mouth wide, release the hinge of your jaw. And settle in. Start to steady your body, steady your breath. And just, feel the feels of this moment. Use your breath to help you stay steady, calm. Inhale forward into your plank pose, top of a push-up. Yeah, exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward again, inhale, lifting the belly. Exhale back, downward facing dog. One more time like that. Inhale forward, shift the gaze forward. Exhale, lift, down dog. This time, come forward to plank and hold it there. Inhale forward, steady. Yeah, send the tailbone long. Check in with your breath. See if you can shift a little forward, get onto the tippy toes. Take one more inhale. Let's lower down, exhale. Bend the elbows. Come all the way down. Oh, yeah. Reach your hands back by your hips. Curl the tailbone under, right, so you feel the low back lengthen. And then lift up. Head, chest, feet, knees. Maybe the thighs can peel a little bit up off the floor. Come on down. Exhale. Let's do like that again. Press the pubic bone down to press the thighs up. Lift the chest up. Soften your face. Try and relax the shoulders away from your neck. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. All right, one more. Snuggle the legs in. Some they get a little wide sometimes. Interlace, again, above the sacrum, the tailbone, or wherever your hands end up. All right, curl the tailbone under. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, lift the legs. Reach the knuckles back, shoulders away from your neck. Switch the interlace, soft bend the elbows and switch. Lift up, one more breath. Press the thighs up and let's come on down. Exhale. Release it to soften. Little waggle of the hips. Okay. Plant your palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale. On your exhale, press the floor away. Come to plank pose, top of a push-up. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. All right, stretch it back. Just notice the feeling in the backs of your legs, your glutes. Okay. One more inhale here, stretch back. Even pressing through the hands as you exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or hop, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Firm the glutes. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Just take a moment here, just pausing, feel your body. Check in with your breath. All right, we'll keep going. Release the hands down. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold in half. Come all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway, zip the belly. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, all the way back up. Reach for the sky, stretch up. Exhaling, pulling the hands through the midline. Let's keep going. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hinge and fold in half. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. Step your right foot back. Drop your back knee down to the floor. Let's come up Anjaneyasana. Just for a moment. Lift up through the hip bones as you come up and maybe bend a little deeper into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Take the hands down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knee. Turn sideways. Toes pointing out to the sides. And then just right away bend into the right knee. And then bend into your left knee. Switch sides. Yeah. Bend into the right knee. And turn to face the back of your mat. So your right leg is forward. Drop the left knee down. Come up Anjaneyasana. Reach up. Pull the hip bones up. Maybe bend a little deeper into the front knee. And release the hands down to the floor. Tuck your back toes. Lift the knees, step back plank. Oh, thank goodness, we're back in plank. How's your breath? Just breathe here. Notice where your mind goes, right? It just goes where it goes. You can't really help that, but just notice. Knees, chest, chin. Knees down, chest, chin to the floor. Chest right between your thumbs. Chin to the floor. Take a breath here. Hug the belly in. Flatten your feet. Melt the hips down. Lift your chest. Cobra pose. Inhale. Back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Bring it back. Okay. Send your right leg up into the air. Let's turn the toes out and lift the hip and bend the knee. Just a breath or two to stretch. Square it off, straighten the leg, keep it lifted. Press back with the left thigh. It's fun, I can see you guys. When you're in down dog, take an inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose, round the spine. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Yeah, do that again. Touch your knee to your nose. Squeeze in around. Inhale, lift the leg. One more time, keep it forward, pull it through. Step, foot between the hands. Back knee down. Anjaneyasana, come on up. Whew, maybe have a lot of blood in your head, so just take a moment. And then release your hands down to the floor. Yeah, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, turn sideways again. And as you do, immediately bend into your left knee. Yeah, and then bend into your right knee. Get a little lighter on your fingertips. Come back over, bend into the left knee, and then turn to face the top of your mat. We're back. Back knee down. Lift up. Anjaneyasana. Pull those hip bones up. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, step forward. Right foot top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Come halfway up. Zip your belly. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, rise up. Squeeze your glutes to come up. Fold right back down as you exhale. Hug the belly back. Empty the breath. Fold in half. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Bend the knees, hands down. Left foot back. Back knee down. We'll start in Anjaneyasana. Lift up. Lengthen the tailbone down. Tuck the back toes under if they're not already. Press into your front foot. Lift your back knee up off the floor. Yes. Tailbone lengthening down. Crescent pose. Reach up. Press the upper arms back as you hug the ribs in. Take an inhale. Exhale. Woo. Hands come down. Turn sideways. Turn the toes out. This time, let's see if we can't pick the hands up to the heart. Bend into the left knee. Bend into the right knee. Yes. Bend into the left knee. Bring your hands to the floor. Let's turn to face the back of the mat. Left knee forward, right knee down. Inhale. Sweep up Anjaneyasana. Hip bones up. Melt the shoulder blades down. Press into your front foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back knee up off the floor. Crescent pose. Right, keep lifting up through the hip bones. Try and press the upper arms back a bit so they're more by your ears. Lift the heart, take an inhale. Exhale, take it down. Hands to the floor, step back to plank. Pause, of course. We gotta hold our plank for a couple breaths. It's good for you. Take one more breath here. Then one more time, well, maybe one more time. Knees, chest, chin. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Hug the belly in. Support the spine as you're here. Flatten your feet. Melt the hips down. Cobra pose. Maybe you lift a little higher this time. Inhale. Down dog, exhale. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. All right. Crooked. Okay, send your left leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip and the knee. Yeah, stretchy. Tap your head. I did, just kidding, I didn't. Straighten your leg, you guys can see me. Square your hips. It's fun doing it this way where we can see each other. It's nice. Okay, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze it around. Inhale, reach it up and back. Do that again. Squeeze it in, around the spine. Inhale, reach the leg. One more time. This time we're going to pull it all the way through. Squeeze and round and step your foot forward. Whew. All right, let's come right up into our crescent pose. Come on up. Lengthen the outer left hip back, right? So you're kind of trying to square off towards the back of your mat. And be on the ball of your back foot, nice and high on the ball of the back foot. Lift the chest up, press the upper arms back, hug your belly in. Take one more breath here, maybe lifting the gaze up. Gently release the hands to your heart. We're going to try and just keep our hands off the floor. Turn sideways. All right. Staying nice and lifted this time. Bend into your right knee. Yeah. Bend into your left knee. Bend into your right knee. That's it. Now lift your chest up. Keep the bend. Turn. You may need to move your feet a little bit. Yeah, and into crescent pose, facing the other way. Right, so lifting up through the hip bones, or back to the fronts of our mats, I guess, right? Lift the back ribs up off the waist. See if you can get the upper arms to press back a little more, right? We're stretching our lats, actually. Lift your heart up, take an inhale, and release the hands down as you exhale. Step the back foot to the top of your mat. Step forward. Inhale, lift the chest, come halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, come all the way up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Woo, take a breath. Inhale, sigh it out, exhale. You can release your hands down, relax your shoulders. All right, kind of made a fun circle there. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do an A sun salute. Something that you know that you're familiar with. Turn the palms out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale. You can keep stepping back, or if you like, jump. And then either chaturanga or the floor. Bend your elbows. Stop halfway if you can to upward facing dog if you can, or cobra pose again. Press through the tops of the feet, press the hands back. Downward facing dog. Soften. Smooth out the breath. Squeezing the arms straight. Press back as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale. Release your hands down. Let's keep going. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. I just remembered we have a whole thing to do right here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Actually, release the hands down. Inhale. Chair pose. Exhale.
I've forgotten that.
I know, but it's like a whole thing. And it's like, oh, wait. This is where the thing is. A thing that we're doing. Melt your shoulders down on the ribs. This is where it starts. It's like a whole big thing. You'll see. Okay. Lift your heels up off the floor. Everyone's favorite. Yeah. So we're still kind of in our chair pose, just with our heels lifted. Maybe your chest can lift a little higher from that, maybe. Then we're gonna stand up with the heels lifted. Oh, try and firm the outer shins in. I know. We're going back to our chair pose. Bend your knees. Oh. Right, lift the low belly. Forward, fold. Arms wide. Heels come down. Forward, fold. Hold. Inhale. Lift up halfway. Exhale. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Step back, jump back. We'll take a vinyasa or not. And you can like knees, chest, chin if you like. Or what makes more sense for you in this moment right now. Back to your down dog. Yes, okay. Send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale your right knee to your right upper arm. Lean forward. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Exhale, do that again. Touch your right outer upper arm. Lean in. Inhale, reach it up and back. All right, one more. Outer upper arm. Come forward, hold. Lower your knee to your wrist. Try and keep your foot off the floor. Pull it back up. Pull your knee to center and step forward. Woo! Good job. Your abs. Back heel down. Turn your foot out to the side of it for warrior one. All right. So left to our own devices, we would be kind of sideways. But everybody's like, this is easier. But that's not why we're doing this. Why would we be doing a pose called warrior if we wanted it to be easy, right? So we have to work we don't have to, but I would like for you to work the squaring of the hips, draw that outer left hip forward. And as you do that, can you straighten your back leg by pressing through the back heel? Lengthen up. Melt the shoulders down. Okay, good. We're going to add some Gardasana arms. Bring your left arm under your right arm. And maybe press the palms or add your strap or hold your shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come forward. Reach forward, your fingertips reaching for the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward. Pin the right hip back. Go straight ahead. Inhale, lift. Do that one more time, go forward. Just pause it here for a moment. Hug the outer right hip back. Lengthen your heart forward and press into your back heel. And breathe. Lengthen forward more. Send your heart forward, your sternum forward. Pin your right hip back. A little more, Ellen, right hip back. Yes, that's it. Beautiful. Press into your back foot. Lift your chest up. Unravel the arms. Reach out and up. Woo! Inhale. Release it. Exhale. Hands come down. Step back. So yogi's choice of vinyasa. You can lower to chaturanga, do up dog, lower to the floor, do cobra pose. I'm just going to take a quick sip of that. Awesome, guys. Very nice. Downward facing dog. Okay. So of course we'll do that on the other side. Send your left leg up into the air. Take an inhale. Exhale, left knee, left outer upper arm. Shift forward. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Do that again. Outer upper arm, round, squeeze, lean. Inhale, reach. Last one, come forward. Outer upper arm, try and touch, hold it here. Lower your knee to your wrist, and then pick it back up. Pull your knee to center and step forward. Whew. I know. It's a lot, so just give yourself a second, and then we'll come into warrior one. Back heel down, inhale, rise. So again, it's not a pose where you can just sort of hang out. You have to be pretty active if you're really gonna do it. So the front thigh lengthens back, and this back hip, this whole leg really rotates forward, right? We're trying to get the right hip to come forward, lengthening through that whole outer seam of the right leg. Can you push into the back heel, press your right heel down, especially that outer edge, and get your back leg straight. Oh, whole back foot pressing evenly into the floor. Melt the shoulders down. Maybe we can bend a little deeper. Oh, Virabhadrasana line. Warrior one. Let's Garudasana. Right arm under left arm. Oh, press the palms. Enjoy that shoulder stretch, right? Lift the elbows. Move your wrists away from your face. How's your breath? Smooth it out. All right, go straight ahead. Inhale. Exhale. Pin the left hip back. You have to really do that a lot. Inhale, lift up. Yeah. Exhale, go forward. Hug the belly and reach for the top of your mat with your fingertips. Inhale, come up. We'll go one more time and hold it there. Exhale, forward. Pin the left hip back, right? And then hold here. Lengthen the heart forward. Reach the fingertips forward as you pin into that back heel. Nice, everyone. Good job. Take one more breath. Strongest back leg. Inhale, lift the chest. Oh, I'm right. Reach up. Right, breathe. Melt the shoulders down, lift the heart up. Inhale again, and exhale. Take your hands down to the floor. Spin onto the ball of your back foot, step back. So any vinyasa, right? Chaturanga, work into the floor. Do cobra pose. Oh, downward facing dog. Okay. All right, how's your breath? Right, I know. So exciting. All right, so take a soft bend in your knees. Walk your hands back, back, back to the back of your mat. Grab your block, and it's going back between your feet and your ankles. Only because I'm doing it this way. And I say it this way because it's a little wider, and this is going to be useful in a second. Well, more than a second, but you'll see. So I think even though it feels a little bit more awkward, okay. God forbid I take the block out. No, you do not have to hop. That's the good news. All right, on the other side, there is chair pose. So bend. As you bend, track your knees over your feet. They may want to dump in over the block. Don't let them. Right, try and touch the floor so you get a nice big bend. Reach up. So we're gonna basically do what we did earlier when we were at the other end of our mats. Lift the heels up. Oh, squeeze the block. Right, squeeze the block and see if it helps. Slowly straighten your legs. Whoa. Squeeze the block. Right, just pick a steady gazing point, right? It helps if you just steady your gaze. Okay, back into your chair. Keep squeezing the block. Keep your heels lifted if you can. We're gonna slowly bring the hands to the floor. Keep your block, walk it out to plank. Keep squeezing your block. Yeah, I know it's tenuous between your ankles there. Lower down, bend your elbows. Hold the block between your ankles, your feet, bend your knees. Lift the chest up, float it up, float your hands. Yes, pick your hands up. And then see if you can reach back and tap your heels and come all the way back down. Feet down, head down. All right, now.
Wait, what are we supposed to do with the heels?
Just bend your knees. And then, so let's do that again. Bend your knees, lift your chest, float your hands. And then you're just gonna try and touch your heels. And come back. Yeah, you may not be able to, but you can try. And then hands come down and your head goes down and your feet go down. Whew. So let's do that a couple more times. Just, oops, hold on, my block. Wait, there we go. Okay, so right the block. Squeeze the block. Bend your knees. Lift your chest. Float your hands. Yes, then reach your hands back, touch your heels, or try to. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Feet down, head down. Oh, okay, curl the tailbone under. Let's do that. Melt the pubic bone down. Hold on, my block is doing something weird back there. Okay. Melt the pubic bone down, squeeze the block. Bend your knees, lift your chest. Melt the pubic bone down, reach back, try and touch your heels. Yeah, just to touch them, not to grab them. And then back down, all the way down. Okay, take a moment. We're gonna press up off the floor. So I'm gonna have to do it the lazy way to give my shoulder a break. Come back to your plank pose. With the block between your ankles, feel your legs lift up into downward facing dog. If you need to move your hands back a little bit, feel free to do that. All right, heels lifted, walk your hands back, back, back. Heels lifted, bend your knees. Just like chair pose, bend your knees. A chair pose, bend in the knees. Is it possible for you to find your balance and lift back up into a heel lifted chair pose? And then drop your heels and then stand it up. And release and appreciate your legs. And just give them a little shake. Your inner thighs have a lot to do with your stability and your balance. And we're going to use them again in a arm balance in a second here. So set your block off to the side, you guys. And let's walk back out into downward facing dog. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I did want us to try one other thing with that block between. So let's do this. Put the block back, I know, but maybe on the flatter side so you can squeeze onto it better. I forgot about my last final thing with the block. Thankfully, I remembered though. You guys are gonna love this. Okay. So squeezing onto the block, we're gonna try and jump our feet to our hands. So I guess we are hopping a little bit, but you know. So try and hold onto the block. Bend your knees. Look forward. Yes. It makes you use your inner thighs in a sort of unexpected way. Okay, put the block off to the side for real. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Oh my goodness. Exhale, exhale. Sideways again. Shazam. Sideways again. Okay. A couple minutes. Let's go not quite so wide to start, actually. Bring your hands behind your head. So we're just because we haven't done enough of engaging our inner thighs. So just have your feet a little bit apart, Eleni, a little closer together. Because we're gonna pick one foot up off the floor. I do want you to have some space between your feet. I don't want you to be standing totally together. But here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna lean in and try and just go elbow to knee. And then elbow to knee. Even if you're elbow, opposite knee. Yeah, even if you don't touch, pull your knee across your body. Yeah. That's it. And just, it's a nice inner thigh exercise and also good for your abs. Yes. And you step out a little wide. All right, let's do a couple more. Oh, your inner thighs are gonna love this so much. You'll be thinking of me tomorrow. One more time each side. 1 and 2. Okay, and release and soften. So that's just gonna add to what we're gonna do next. So first, we're gonna go feet wide for Prasarita Padottanasana, get a little bit of a stretch, and then we'll start to tuck it back in. So you want your ankles about as wide as your wrists, and you bring your arms out to the sides. And then hands to your hips, and let's come in from here. Prasarita Padottanasana A. We'll just do one variation. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, fold. Crown of the head towards the floor. Right, maybe your head touches the floor. If it's like some distance of the block away, you can put the block there and have the top of your head land on your block. Your hands pull back so that your arms can look like tripod headstand or chaturanga with the elbow over the wrist. So the heel of your hand kind of lines up with the heels of your feet. All right, lift the kneecaps, lift your shoulder blades. Take one more breath here. Legs super strong. Breathe into that stretch. Inhale, lift halfway up. Bring your hands to your hips, firm your glutes, lift the rest of the way up. Yeah, and then we'll come about halfway in. So heel toe a couple of times. So we're kind of back to our wide stance. And then let's turn the toes out a bit, soft bend the knees, and come back into a forward fold. So this time you can kind of relax into it. Keep the soft bend and just let your head hang down. Let your torso kind of soften and try and get your torso to come between your legs a little bit. All right, so just kind of squiggle yourself in a little more maybe between your legs. And then we'll see if we can't really tuck in more. So put your left hand on the back of your calf and try and kind of tuck yourself in. Tuck your shoulder, your ribs behind your leg, and then move your left foot in a little bit. So it's kind of holding you there. And then you try and do the same thing on the right side. Push your hand. Just do some amount of this, Ava, because it's really good for your back. It doesn't matter if you ever get into the arm balance. Walk your feet in and your legs will squeeze you like a panini. Use your inner thighs. Right? Ta-da! Arms out wide. Okay, so you can hold on to your ankles, your calves. Just try. Walk in a circle. Just in your area, in your same spot, turn. Yeah, in a circle. I know, you'll feel your hips. It's very exciting. Take a moment as you get back to where you started. If you can, if it's too much, then just stop and take a moment and go back the way you came. If you can make a whole circle going the other way, let's do that. You can definitely do half a circle, right? It's totally fine. Okay, woo! Your legs, your hips. Okay, now, maybe you can tuck in a little bit more. Bring your hands to the floor behind your feet. Or maybe onto blocks. I know, that whole thing makes you a little dizzy. Drop the hips till you feel your thighs on the backs of your arms. And then see if you can squeeze and straighten the legs. I know. TT Boston. There we go. Oh, right? It's okay if that doesn't turn out. Your hips?
No, my
Your thighs.
Yes, thighs.
Okay, good. I was feeling it like more up here, but your
Inner thighs.
inner thighs. Oh, good.
Killer.
That's what I want for you. That makes me happy to hear that. Okay, so a moment to catch your breath. Because I know TT Boston is firefly. So just official.
Turning.
But oh, I know the turning is intense, for sure. Yes. Yeah. If you're only doing Ashtanga, you do that part after the arm balance. But I feel like once you do the arm balance, like you're like, now what do you want me to do? Are you crazy? So that's why I did it before. But you do, it does really wake up your legs. So yeah, even a half a turn is pretty good. Mm-hmm. So fun. Okay, so we'll kind of ease our way into a couple of back bends because that's a big forward fold. So now we'll kind of take it the other way and do a couple of back bends. I would like, however, for us to come onto our bellies. Yeesh. Okay. Yeah, and just take a moment to lie on your belly. You can waggle the hips a little bit, but just, you know, this is a nice place for the spine to actually settle into a relatively neutral position. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's lift up enough so that we can reach. Let's reach the left hand back for the left foot or ankle and reach your right arm forward. So we're going to do half Shalabhasana, half Dhanurasana, and then we'll do a full Dhanurasana at the end of all of this. Okay, so press your pubic bone down towards the floor. That's going to be the hardest action to maintain, well, in my opinion anyway. But press the pubic bone down. Try and keep that. Take an inhale and lift your chest up. All right, we'll start there. Kick the left foot back, right? Use your leg to help you lift a little higher. And then see, can you start to lift your legs, lift your right arm? Right, lift, yes. Press back with the foot, lift the chest a little higher, lift your right leg a little higher, inhale. Good, exhale. Oh. Release it all. You'll really feel the muscles in your back working, which is good. Switch sides. Left arm forth, right arm back. Okay, so bring the legs back close to each other again. Do that action of pressing the pubic bone down. So you're taking some of the arch out of the lower back. All right, be strong with the legs. So start to lift your chest, kick your right foot back. Right, use your leg to help lift you up. And then lift everything else up. Right, lift the legs, lift your arm, right, kick back with the right foot. Take another breath that's a little higher, and then release it. Come on down. Right? So you feel all that good stuff back there. This is the best. These kinds of poses are the best for counterposing all of our sitting that we're doing all the time. Okay, I've watched so many dumb movies. Just saying. Okay, reach back, grab on. Curl the tailbone under. Take an inhale. We're grabbing both feet this time if I didn't say that. Kick your feet back, lift your chest. Lift your thighs up away from the floor or try. Right, pull the feet to the ceiling. Kick them back. Scoop the chest up. Take one more breath. Press that pubic bone down. Inhale. And take it down. Exhale. All right. Feet down. Wiggle the hips. Oh my goodness. Do a little windshield wiper side to side with your shins, your feet. Yes. Did you get it? Mike, I'll put my mask on and come back there and help you. Got it. Good show.
I have to know which leg is harder to capture.
Yeah, get that one first. Good, good. Hug your knees, squeeze them in. That's it. Nice. Okay. All right, slow motion child's pose. Just take your time. Oh, sticking to my mat, a little sweaty. Press back. Not as sweaty as I was on Sunday. I was really sweaty, but still a little sweaty. Back. So now your arms can stay forward. You can bend your elbows. You can pull your hands all the way back by your feet, which is actually one of my favorite ways to do child's pose. All right. So we have a few minutes. So I would like to, really, just a couple minutes, to do something upside down, which may mean Viparita Karani, right? You're more than welcome to put your legs up the wall. If you want to work on an L pose, you know, with your feet on the wall and your hands on the floor, or even the other way around, you know, but some kind of upside downiness. Yeah, Viparita Karani is perfect if you're like, I don't think my shoulders, my arms want to do anything else. Or you can do like Ava and do that way. Or all the way upside down. So whatever works. We just have a couple minutes, so we're not going to do this for very long. Yeah, it's $5 extra after class. Just kidding. Like, I don't know you. Is that a joke? Yes, it is. Yeah, you have to pay for the easy stuff. Come on, guys. What are we doing? Oh. Okay. So whatever you're doing, just tune into the breath. Right? Steady, smooth, ujjayi breath. The mind is always, you know, got its stories, got its stuff going on. We can't really control the thoughts that pop into our heads as much as we like to think we can. Right? So just notice the things that come up and see if you can just release those thoughts and just come back into your breath. And with practice over time, they do kind of at least kind of fade into the background. It's not like we can ever get rid of those thoughts. Nor would we want to. I mean, they do serve a purpose sometimes. Sometimes they do. All right, so we're going to wrap up our upside down time. So if you're actually upside down, let's just stop that right now. If you're doing something on a prop or with a prop, you can move that out from underneath you. And since I see my people in here are mostly lying down, let's do that. Let's lie down and take a twist. So at the very beginning of class, we did, you know, a pretty standard yoga twist with the knees hugged in. It's, you know, a nice, I think, kind of medium twist. If you like that one and that's good for your body, let's do that again, legs to the left. If you want a little more, let's cross the right thigh on top of the left thigh and take the legs over. So whichever you prefer. Whatever is going to feel better in your body. And if neither of these are going to work, then pick something that will. Right, and just lengthen the top hip away from you, like you're trying to make the right side of your waist a little longer. Right, can you move the right hip away from your shoulder? Open up the right side a little. Or a lot, maybe, potentially, depending on where your hip was.
You can play with the angle of your right arm too, because there's a really delicious stretch for your chest with the arm at more of a diagonal instead of straight out from the shoulder. Oh my goodness. So feel free to raise your arm up a little higher. Just see how that feels. I really like that stretch. All right. If your legs are crossed, maybe uncross to come back to center. It's just a little easier on your back. All right, if you need to adjust your position, feel free to do that. And if you're crossing, let's cross the left leg on top of the right and come on over to the other side. So when you first get there, just soften, or just take that moment to kind of let your body soften into it. And then you can start to make adjustments as you need to, right? Relax the shoulder blade away from your neck. Really both shoulder blades, but you can tune into that left one. And then maybe the left hip can just gently lengthen away from the waist. You help that by putting your hand at the top of your left thigh, like right at the hip crease, and just gently pressing it away. Oh, it makes my back crack when I do that. Let your shoulder melt down towards the floor. And here too, if you want to slowly raise the arm so it's kind of going more overhead, just feel out the stretch. You can decide where your arm needs to go. I get a really big stretch in my chest. You may or may not, so just see how it feels. Today it's like a lot in my armpit. Just notice. There's really no right or wrong. It just is. We like to judge things, but we made that up. All right. Now let's uncross and come back to center. Oh, that felt good. We're just going to stay lying down. That's how close we are to Shavasana. We're going to stay lying down and do a couple of stretches from here. So like we did at the beginning also, setting the heels up towards the ceiling and then the legs coming in. Now, if you're a person that is comfortable in a plow pose or something along those lines, feel free to pull the legs up and overhead. Come into the plow stretch. You don't have to, right? You 100% do not have to do that. Keep the gaze neutral if you are doing it. The more your feet reach away from the top of your head, the more stretch in your back. We did a lot of back squeezy things, so that might feel pretty good. And then slow as you can, if you're in the plow pose, halasana is plow pose, slowly release it. You'll use your abs to help you lower back down to the floor. There we go. And then let's do a hip stretch. So maybe thread the needle, crossing an ankle above the knee, right, pulling that in. If you want, you can do Gomukhasana legs. Grab, cross tight at the knees and grab your ankles, your feet. Or you can do a reclined pigeon pose and just cradle your shin to your chest. Just feel out your hip. You can be creative, you know, move the knee around, check the angles. When we're not doing a weight-bearing stretch, you can play around a little bit more. Even though this class is only 10 minutes shorter, I really feel the squeeze. All right, gently releasing to switch sides. All right, it's nice. So as per usual, we try and do whatever we did on the first side on the second side. So see if that works out. Thread the needle, Gomukhasana, reclined pigeon, like whatever. What's going to be best for your body?
try and do what you did on the first side, but if you're like, oh my gosh, no, I can't do that over here, then just do something else. It's fine. You can really appreciate the shift from one side to the other. My son and I, like, he loves having kind of interesting hypothetical scientific conversations, which I really appreciate. And so we were, he's so funny. I mean, it's great. So we were discussing whether if we used our bodies totally evenly, like we did everything that we did on the right side with the left side, like somehow magically we were able to do that throughout the day, would our two sides be the same? And we both kind of came to the conclusion that probably not, because like your face is not the same one side to the other. There's subtle differences for no apparent reason except just, I don't know, I guess it's really hard to be even side to side. So, right, even if we did everything exactly the same, we probably still, it would feel different. All right, slowly, gently release. Now, of course, obviously, this is me and Donovan and our very scientific discussion, so take that for what it's worth. Happy baby. Right, but we'll often have one foot bigger than the other, one hand slightly bigger than the other. So even if we were to like superly even everything out, we still wouldn't be. And stretch out through the heels, like whatever you like. It is Shavasana time. So whatever's going to help you be the most comfortable in your Shavasana, I'd like to do that right now. And if that means grabbing a prop or moving to the wall so you can put your legs up or anything like that, go for it. I'm going to turn these lights off in here. These lovely folks. Let's go find the rule. All right. So get comfortable propping yourself or not propping yourself, but taking a moment to set yourself up so you feel comfortable. Right, softening the shoulder blades down away from your neck, allowing the backs of the shoulders to just melt back towards the floor. Legs, arms heavy. Back of the neck, just soft, a little lengthening there. Relaxing your face, softening your jaw, your mouth. Relaxing the eyes, around the eyes, behind the eyes. We'll rest in Shavasana.
Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Gently wheel your fingers and your toes. If you like, you can take a stretch, reaching the arms overhead, stretching your legs out nice and long. And then finally, one last hug of the knees into the chest, rounding the spine. Come back into our fetal position. Rolling gently to your right side, maybe cushioning your head with your right arm. Just take a moment there, allowing yourself to soften and linger in this nice, easy feeling of Shavasana. You can take that with you, right? Take it with you, walk it in. All right, coming on up to sit. And as you come to seated, sit comfortably, sit on your shins, your knees. You can sit on a block or sit cross-legged, whatever you like. But let's close the eyes and just notice, try to appreciate how your body feels. Notice the shift there. Notice the shift with your breath. Notice maybe mentally, emotionally, things are different or shifted after practice. Right, it's all connected. Right, it's all connected. So when we do a nice focused practice like that, it really impacts all different layers of us. And bringing the hands to press at the heart. Inhale, lift the heart to the hands. Exhale, gently bowing the chin. And gratitude for this beautiful practice. All the goodness, all the joy that it brings to our lives. The state of yoga is the mind being calm, the mind steady and focused. And we want that so we can really hear the wisdom of the heart, right? Feel the flow of the energy of the universe, right? Quieting the mind, the state of yoga, grateful for all of that. Thank you for practice, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful week. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. So nice to see you all. Lovely. We will have class on Saturday, but really it'll be like the hike and yoga up at the park, and then the 9 a.m. class here, and prenatal, but doesn't really apply to any of us. And then that's it for 4th of July. But we'll have regular stuff, regular schedule Friday, regular schedule Sunday. Yes, Saturday's the 4th of July. Oh, it's so sad.
I know.
That's true. All right, Julie. Yeah, that's sad. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. Have you been hearing fireworks for the last 2 weeks, like every night?
Yes.
So we've had our share.
I know, right? I haven't seen them, but I've definitely heard them, and so have my dogs.
I've seen a couple, so.
Have you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess there's that. All right. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
You're
awesome.
welcome. See you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's do that.